Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are, whatever time it is. My name is Connor Sloan, and I'm here with the gorgeous Josef Stark.
I didn't know we were given last names, but okay, let's do it.
We're out here, you already know who we are.
I don't think they know who we are.
You probably don't know who we are.
Maybe later. Maybe you're listening to this after we've recorded 80 podcasts, and you're like, let me listen to the first one and see why these guys are weird.
And by then, you'll already know who we are because you already know who we are. Anyways, we are trying to set up this podcast. We're getting this ball rolling with a thing that we've been talking about for a while. Josef really brought it up to me and was like, hey, dude, do you want to do a podcast? And I was like, yeah, dude, let's do it. And so we were trying to decide what we were going to talk about, what kind of topics, and we're just like figuring out the logistics of everything. And we don't want anything to be like scripted whatsoever.
Yeah, so we don't have any scripts. Right now we're just sitting in a room and we're just talking to each other. And we have no paper around whatsoever.
Josef was wanting to like plan out the introduction, what we were going to open with. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hit record and we're going to go for it. We're sending it.
All right. So our topic today pretty much is just introducing ourselves. And I guess we'll just talk about pretty much what's going on in our lives or some college stuff. And we both go to school at UNCW.
Big dub.
We're both about to be juniors.
And for those of you that don't know, UNCW, all of our fans are across seas and across the coast. UNCW is the University of North Carolina at Wilmington. So we're out here on the East Coast, represent 910. But I'm sorry, continue.
No, you're good.
I cut you off. I just wanted to clarify that.
So, yeah, let's just get into it. You just bought a house recently.
I recently...
How does that feel?
Put a big investment, a pretty penny, into a house by the beach that I intend on keeping for a while.
That just blows my mind because...
It's really not setting in with me yet either. Like, I'm hanging here all the time, but I don't feel like it's mine.
I'm here all the time. It's like I live here pretty much.
Pretty much. It's like me the last 2 years.
But just, like, describe to me how it feels because, like, I just turned 20 a few months ago. You've been 20 for a little while. But I feel like we both hit this, like, we're old now. Not old, but, like, we're not kids anymore type of feel.
Oh, absolutely. There's always those huge milestone landmark moments in your life that you go through that you realize, holy cow, I'm no longer a little kid anymore, and like this is the real world. Definitely for sure buying a house was a big milestone for me. Like, I mean, buying my own car last year, my first car by myself, like the first car that I had was a sweet old 2001 manual drive Subaru Outback, and I love that thing to death, but it guzzled oil like no other. And then it died because it didn't have enough oil, even though I gave it all that I could ever give. So much love into that car, RIP. But I bought my first car last year, and that really to me was that moment where I felt like I was growing up.
Yeah,
that was just a moment where I was like, holy cow, I'm an adult. I just purchased a car.
For me, it just hit like not as soon as you bought this house, but about 3 or 4 weeks ago. No, about 3 or 4 weeks ago when you came back down here after your job thing.
The sales agent.
Yeah, he was a sales agent in Kansas City selling bug spray. That'll be for another podcast.
Yeah, we'll get more into what we do.
You moved down here and you're living in the house, and that's when I was like, wow, like we're not kids anymore. And I was so excited that you had a house that it made me want a house. And we both have a parent in real estate. So we have kind of an advantage when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Oh, for sure.
So
definitely helps.
I called up my dad. I'm like, hey, Dad, do you think you could help me buy a house? Maybe. And he was like, probably a good idea. So I still haven't found anything. We probably won't find anything because I'm living on campus anyways. So I'll probably just wait till next year.
You already have next year all set up.
Yeah, plus there's a whole cancellation fee. If you live on campus and you decide you don't want to anymore, you have to pay $1,000.
It's $1,000.
$1,000. They raised it.
I thought it was $500.
Which is even crazier because of the whole hurricane. Like, people, if they want to live off campus,
it should be cheaper because I know they're accepting. UNCW has a problem right now with accepting too many students because there's students right now that I know of that are coming into the school this year that don't know where they're living. You know, freshman year, they're coming in, all the dorms are filled up, they don't have enough, and they're building them right now because they had to tear some of them down because of Hurricane Florence that came through last year.
A hurricane came through last year, took out a month of our school time, took out a few university buildings that were housing. So UNCW decided not to limit how many students came in this year. We got pretty much the same amount, but we still don't have enough housing. So a lot of people have to move off campus. So if someone's living on campus and decide they have a place, why would you charge us when you have people who should be absolutely need somewhere to live?
Yeah, if any fee at all. You know, they need spaces. So if you decide that you don't want to live there, like, why would they make it? Why would they like take away that incentive to move out?
Yeah,
if you find a better place, you know. They absolutely have a bunch of other people that are looking for places. But anyways.
Yeah. Well, another thing that makes me feel older is our friend Thomas. He just turned 21 yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's my first friend who has he's turned 21 as my friend. Like, I have friends who are older than 21, but
they're not homies like that.
Yeah, they're not homies, and it's not like you're turning 21 and you're my friend. It's you're my friend and you're 23 or whatever. But yeah, Thomas is an adult now, and he was like, well, I've peaked in life, you know, I'm 21, there's nothing else to look forward to. And I pointed out to him, I said, well, you have 23 or 24 left to look up to, because I'm pretty sure that one of those ages is when you no longer have to have a boating license for North Carolina. That's just what I remember, because that's what my dad told me.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. So you don't have to like register to drive a boat or anything?
It's just if you're over a certain age, you don't have to register. But why wouldn't it be 21? Why would it be 23?
Because I don't trust 21-year-olds.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
just turned 21
like fresh
and then
out,
you have a boat,
legal alcohol. They're like, hey, I don't have to get this license or anything. Let's go.
But you can drink on a boat. You just can't be intoxicated.
Don't drink and drive.
You can drink and drive on a boat. Just don't be intoxicated.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Period.
Unless you're on a boat.
Nope. Even on a boat. Don't do it. Even if it's a rowboat. Even if you don't have any engine, you know.
Okay, but what about a canoe? Or a paddleboard?
Nope. Paddleboard especially. Paddleboards are dangerous. A lot of people don't know this, but paddleboards are very dangerous.
How so?
You can flip.
Oh.
Dude, anything.
There's this guy I follow on Instagram. His name is Chris Healy. He's part of a group called the Long Hairs. We'll talk about that too later. There were some really cool guys. Check them out. thelonghairs.us if you're a guy with long hair. But
I just want to clarify, we're not sponsored by them or anything. Josef has done a couple of things for him with them because he's a big advocate with their company. Really likes throwing their stuff out there.
But not a sponsor.
Yeah.
But
anyways,
I was just looking through his Instagram because he just recently added me back, and I think it was a photo from 2014, 15, something like that. And it's just, he has like a black eye. He's like, his mouth is purple, bleeding, and everything. And it's just like, you should have seen the other surfboard.
Oh, yeah,
it's just like, you should have seen the surfboard.
Yeah.
And the dude just like, I just imagined that he fell and the surfboard came up and hit him right in the face.
Yeah.
And he had a few of those pictures. So it didn't only happen one time. It happened multiple times.
The surfboard's got it out for him.
Yeah.
That's like, have you ever jumped on like a tube or something?
You just smack your face.
Like for all the swimmers out there on swim team or whatnot, if you've ever jumped on a kickboard during practice and it just jets out from underneath you, like those things are weapons.
I never thought of that from surfing. Well, I've never really legitimately surfed.
I know.
I've been out on a surfboard and I've like caught a wave and not been able to stand up, which is weird because we go to a beach school and I just don't have the motivation.
That's really the only reason I came here.
is to surf, and we haven't surfed.
To surf, and here we are, year 3.
Well, a lot of people come here to scuba dive, and it's ridiculous about...
I haven't done that either.
Nobody scuba dives because you can't take the class unless that's your major, unless your major is marine biology or marine science.
Marine science sounds right, but I don't even think that's true.
Well, it's a priority. If you're in that major,
it's very hard to get a scuba class.
A spot left and you're not in the major, they'll let you in.
Yeah.
Because Liz, she did scuba diving, and that was her major. I don't think that's her major anymore.
Did she do it with Irene too?
I think Irene just went with her to Florida to get her certificate.
So she didn't.
I think Ryan did it. I think Ryan took a scuba class.
Interesting.
And Tripp did too.
Tripp did too, for sure.
I remember seeing his snorkel.
Yeah. So, I do want to go a little more in depth of I guess who we are, because I stated when we started this
we're already going through rabbit holes. This is
exactly. So this is the main point of the podcast too. Is we're not going to go down any beaten path or anything like that. We're literally just going to ramble on.
Well, we're not rambling. What's just happening?
But we're hitting important
We're having
points.
Actual conversations. We're not scripting this out. We're going down rabbit holes, and we're just following paths that lead down more paths. Adventures with sound. Missed opportunity for.
I'm not a fan.
Sound Adventures. No. Hey, someone, if you copyright Sound Adventures, please credit me and give me 2%.
Start a second podcast. A solo podcast. This is Adventures
with Josef and Conner.
Josef and Conner. So we're both, right now in life, we are both 20-year-old guys who go down school here at UNCW. We've met each other freshman year at Graham Hewlett, which was the dorm that we stayed at, which I was barely even...
GH.
The whole rooming situation was like a last-minute arrangement for me.
Let's tell them. You go ahead and start with your whole thing with a meal and everything.
Oh, goodness gracious. This guy.
Hold on. Well, I guess we shouldn't set his name.
I think... Yeah, we'll bleep that out for
Well, I don't really want to figure... Well, I guess we will. All right. Yeah. This guy's name is Chris. That's not his actual name. Let's just refer to him as Chris.
But for... reasons we will call this guy Chris. Okay, so Chris, this is gonna mess me up the whole time, but we're gonna try.
It'll be okay.
I was supposed to be his roommate freshman year, and I met him. I drove down to I don't want to say where he lives either, but
you say the city. I don't think.
Okay, so matter. Yeah, we drove down to Fayetteville, met him and his family.
He's from Fayetteville?
And yeah, he's from Fayetteville. That. Yeah, I mean, I don't like anything about
because I'm from Lumberton, and that's only 15 minutes
that's pretty
away.
Close.
I never knew he was from Fayetteville.
You guys could have bumped into each other.
Now I'm sad that I know.
He's not been from Fayetteville very long, though. He's traveled a whole lot.
Yeah. All right.
But this guy always just talks...
Let's just tell the story, and we can just not try to rag on him too much.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to do essentially, because I don't. There's no.
We're not trying to rag on.
There's no need to spread negativity like that. It's just I got into a very lucky situation. We'll look at the positive side. So I was supposed to be this guy's roommate. Ends up he was a total tool and just so rude to every single woman that he ever came across, and he was just so full of himself too.
Well, you gotta tell him how you switched into the.
That's what I'm getting
to.
I'm getting to.
Oh, okay.
So during orientation for school, I went down to. I was trying to figure out. I had heard that Graham Hewlett was the best place to stay on campus. And I was also looking into these living communities that we have at school, and there's 4 or 5 of them.
Which is where you live with the people you go to a few classes with. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah, and they're all there. There's certain focuses, there's a STEM one, science, technology, engineering, math. There's an honors one. There's an adventure one, and we did the leadership, the living leadership.
Yeah, it was called
LEAD, yeah, which I couldn't tell you what the acronym stands for.
Who knows?
Somebody, but not us.
Probably Carter.
Definitely Carter. But essentially, this community, we all took our uni class together, which was our freshman seminar, and which was awesome because that was just downstairs. It was in the same building. But during orientation, I was asking the guy who was in charge of that program if there were any spots left, and he said there was 1 left. And so I was like, sign me up, let me jump on that boat, I'm ready. And so I was talking to Chris, and I was like, sorry man, unfortunately I can't room with you. And he was like, oh, that's cool, no worries. And then
I forgot we were calling him Chris, and
holy
I was
cow,
like, Chris.
That's funny. His roommate, his name is Chris.
That's funny.
Yeah. So the guy that replaced me in Chris's room is named Chris. Anyways, totally irrelevant. But I switched out, and then I ended up in Graham Hewlett, 4th floor, which was where the lead floor was, with this guy, Josef, myself, Gabe, and Tripp.
Yeah, we were all in a suite together, which means we shared a common space, and we shared the bathroom. And on the other side was the other side of the bathroom, there was another common room, and there was Jake and Manny and our RA Carter.
Oh, that boy.
Yeah, all still buddies.
Yeah, we were all, the whole suite really was really tight knit, except for one or two of us.
Yeah, well, we weren't all super close.
I guess their side of the suite wasn't super close because they were just always busy, but we're all really good friends, and we still are.
The point of the story is...
But seriously, ended up with the luckiest flat. Like, just all of us guys are the nicest people in the world.
Are we calling it a flat now?
I'm kind of like... I wish they would bring that back, because English is no good. I'm not a fan of English. I'm going to say that straight up. Like, proud to be an American, not a fan of the language.
American language, okay. All right, so...
Americanese.
Are you done with your...
Go for it, yeah.
So, with me, when I was... UNCW was my first choice, and when they were sending out their letters, I got deferred for my freshman year, and that really just put me off because I was dead set on going there. And somehow, some way, there was this guy that my dad knew who was in the UNCW and like UNCP community, like University of Pembroke. He was just connected, and my dad was like, yeah, my kid got deferred. Like, how does that happen? What does that mean? And what does that entail? And so deferred just means you get sent to the next semester. So I couldn't go to the fall semester. And the guy's, his name was, I can't remember his name. This sucks.
Deferred means if enough people who are accepted in the fall don't
his name was Thomas.
And don't go to school there, then you can go there. But a lot of people usually get deferred to the second semester.
Yeah.
But they don't want to wait that long. That's what happened to me with state, because I wanted to go to NC State. But I'm sorry, keep going.
Well, he pretty much said, let me check it out, because a lot of people have been getting deferred on accident.
Whoa.
And your son might have done the same thing. And so he checked it out.
That was to Wilmington?
Yeah.
What?
And he said, yeah, you're... So I talked to them.
They're bad. They're so bad.
He accidentally got deferred. He wasn't supposed to be deferred to the spring.
Wow.
And so then they sent me a letter and said, sorry, pretty much. This was in May, by the way.
How does that happen?
I don't know. But they usually send them in February, so you have time. I got mine in May. And so I didn't have a place to live, really. I think they put me in Galloway, and Galloway is the worst place.
Galloway's not terrible, but it's not wonderful. It's the 6th floor, which is illegal now because you can't have a tall building because we're in the wetlands down here by the beach. But that's like the party dorm. That's where like because you don't have any personal space there. I just wasn't about it
because it's just known as the worst, and I wasn't about it. And so like I didn't have any opportunities to pick and choose because I was so late into the game. By the way, shout out to him for checking that for me, because I wouldn't be here. All the gears were just set in motion for this. But so
yeah, shout out to that guy that I don't remember his name.
I'm pretty sure his name is Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Shout out to Thomas, man.
I'm sorry if I got your name wrong, but
you a real one.
Yeah. But
so he set you up with Graham Hewlett?
Yeah, well, no, he didn't set me up with that.
Oh.
I was talking to my mom. I was like, or she came to talk to me. She was like, "Are you interested in like a learning, living community?"
So it was your mom that brought it up?
Yeah, and I was like, "I don't know what is that?" And she was telling me what it means. We've already said what it means. And she was like, "And you would also be in Graham Hewlett." And I was like, "Well, let me see if that's better than Galloway. And like I looked it up, and it's
the best place to be.
It's the best freshman dorm.
Best freshman dorm.
And so I was like, I don't care if I'm in this lead thing. I want to be in GH. And so I transferred to there, and so I dodged a bullet. Don't know who would have been my roommate. Don't really care. Because I got this guy. We're still pretty much roommates. We haven't lived together since freshman year, but we've pretty much been living
And there's
together.
so many jokes that rotate around that, like, last year, I lived off campus, but I was on campus all the time.
Yeah, he lived in my closet, pretty much.
And that's a joke that goes on still, because, like, I have a closet, the Harry Potter's closet, words. I have a Harry Potter's closet underneath my stairs.
Yeah, that's where my room is now.
And it's big enough to fit a bed, so we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, like you had
Sniff,
just like a suitcase. Yeah, sniff. Just a suitcase at my place, and you just had clothes, and you had Gabe's key to get into the building, and you would just chill there.
Don't tell my mom. Don't tell anybody who works at UNCW.
Yeah, his name was not Gabe; it was Gabriel. So that way they don't know who he is.
Different guy. Yeah, there you go. His name is Gabriel.
Whitman. But it was so funny though, because none of my roommates really cared that Connor was there. He would sleep. You weren't there.
I'm a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, you weren't there.
I was there in
much.
between classes because I didn't want to go home.
Yeah, I mean, and I completely understand that. And Connor would buy me food because like he pretty much lived there most of the time. He just gave me some food.
I felt bad because whenever you guys bought food, I was wanting a snack on it, and I was like, I might as well just bring stuff to the apartment so everybody can share.
And well, now I bring you food because I stay here a lot.
Yeah,
like
not even a lot. You just kind of hang out every once in a while. We go swimming in the pool.
I usually stay here on the weekends. Yeah. Like just today, my girlfriend came down. She lives
Holly. Shout out Holly.
Yeah, she's not here right now. The reason we're here is because Connor has a house here, and I'm here because I'm taking classes.
To be more specific, the reason she's not in Wilmington this summer.
Yeah, she's not here in Wilmington because she's not taking a class here. So she's visiting, and I texted Connor, and coincidentally, he said, "Hey, the microphone just came in. You want to come set up the mic?" And that was
it was supposed to come in today, but it came in last night.
That was at 9:00, and I got that, and I got up, and Holly met me here at 11
this morning. Yeah.
And we've just been chilling here all day. I brought my Fire Stick. We've just been watching TV. I was setting up the mic.
Yeah, so he just lives in my house when I'm not here.
I was setting up the audio, making sure it works. This is a great microphone, by the way. I hope this is good quality. It sounded good. I hope it sounds good to you guys.
Yeah, and if this really does become a thing and we really, really get the ball rolling here, we'll definitely upgrade. We'll definitely get a better setup.
Absolutely.
Like right now, we're literally just chilling on the bed.
Yeah, we're sitting on Connor's
talking
bed.
about life.
Yeah, we're up here using what is this? A shoe rack? We've got our setup on a shoe rack, and we're sitting in a bed right now, which I don't think that's too bad. But maybe one day we'll have a podcast room.
A studio.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to call it a studio.
It would be like a lounge. Just call it a lounge.
Yeah, we should just have a room with a couch and a table. Maybe we could have like some headphone microphones or something.
2 men and a mic. Yeah.
2 men and a mic. That's another name opportunity we missed out. If you want to use 2 men and a mic, you have to give Connor 2% on the...
You know what? You can just give Connor a high five. I'll be happy with that.
There you go. Give Connor a high five and you're allowed to use the name. But actually, don't use the name because we're going to copyright it first.
Salty.
What?
Salty. I still have to watch SpiderMan, by the way.
Far From Home?
Uh-huh.
I saw it. No spoilers, but it was a pretty good Spider-Man movie. I mean, if you read the comics, you pretty much know how it's like gonna. You pretty much know who the bad guy is gonna be.
Oh, so you already told me that.
What?
I can't say because it's a spoiler.
Oh, you're talking. Yeah.
But you told me your theory before you watched it.
Yeah, I already. Well, it's obvious because if you read the comics.
It's so obvious because if you read the comics. Then you know
I don't even really read the comics. I just
read the comics.
I read the comics. Leave me alone, okay? It was a great movie. I would recommend. I still miss Sam Raimi. If you're listening right now, if you've gotten this far, thank you for staying. But if you also want Spider-Man 4, with I'm blanking on his name.
If you've gotten this far.
I can't believe it. What's his name? The guy that plays the first Spider-Man.
Peter Parker.
I completely forgot.
Is it Peter Parker?
No, it's not Peter Parker.
Are you sure? I could have sworn he played Peter Parker. Or I could have sworn Peter Parker played Spider-Man.
I'm completely blanking. It's because we've been talking about so much stuff. I'm a true fan, I guarantee you. But if you want Spider-Man 4 made by Sam Raimi, please like this podcast, and I will know that you want it, and I will petition to Sam Raimi to get it out there. I won't do that. But
done deal.
You should like
but
it.
But if you do.
But if you I mean.
Yeah. So, occupationally wise, what? Go ahead and tell them what we do down here. What you do? What do you do for a living?
I work on campus, and I do maintenance work.
Which is where you're staying this summer.
And yeah, I'm staying on campus because they pay for you to stay. That's part of the perk. We don't get paid a lot, but most of it goes to where we're staying because that's free. And
you're working a lot too, so you're getting hours in.
Yeah, so I'm making a good amount of money, and I have a free place to stay. So with maintenance, what we do is we go through all of the student housing buildings, and we make sure everything is still good. We make sure the walls aren't busted down. We repaint stuff, unclog the sinks, crap like that. So I'm pretty much doing plumbing, maintenance, anything you can think of that would be messed up in a room, like blinds, floors, paint, anything. We go in there and we just fix it. And it's not horrible, but these past few days have been just a bummer because we're not ahead of schedule, but we have nothing to do because the last few buildings are occupied by camps right now. We got done so fast that we are ahead.
You guys are too good.
Yeah, we're kind of ahead of schedule, and so we can't go in there, and so we have nothing to do. So we're just painting an entire building. And it doesn't even really need to be painted. It looks better. It was gray, and now it's a white color. It looks better, I guess, but it's just agonizing because it doesn't need to be done, but we've been doing it for the past week and a half.
Hey, proud of you.
I'm not proud of me.
Proud of you.
And it sucks because I've just been painting all day, every day. It's the painting is not that bad until you do it every day, all day.
No, I can't do it.
Well, yeah, you can't do it.
I'm supposed to be painting all my walls here, but I'm so lazy.
I've been helping Connor paint his house, so I paint at work and I paint here, and so I am so sick of paint.
I never tell you to paint here.
I know he doesn't tell me to.
I say I haven't even asked you once.
Because if I don't offer, it's not gonna get done.
No, it will.
The only time that you have painted is when I have offered to help you paint.
False. I painted the hallway.
Okay, you've painted the hallway. I painted the entire living room and dining room. You cut in the floorboards in the top. I did all the walls.
You know what? We could have done it differently.
But I'm not upset. I offered to do it. It's different here. It's a little therapeutic here because it's like a blue color, and I'm helping out my buddy.
Yeah.
But there, it's just horrible. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I do. Tell them about. No, all right. So we said that we were gonna keep this for the next podcast, but let's just go ahead and tell them about what you've been doing this summer.
Oh well, we were just talking about what we could be doing. So at the beginning of the summer, I went out to Kansas City because what I was gonna do is a sales job, selling bug spray or pest control, like we said earlier, and what ended up happening. We're still good, right?
Yeah.
Word. All right, just checking. So I was going to sell pest control, and that was going awesome for the first 3 days. I made $600. If you have the patience for it, do sales for sure. It's a real big mental game, but as well as physical, because you're out there on the streets all day, every day. Doing specifically door-to-door sales. I mean, car sales are also amazing but you got to be the right type of person for it. The whole reason I went out and did that this summer was so that I could save up money and not have to work during the school year. But so I wouldn't have to work during the school year, and I could actually hang out with my friends and family and see them and whatnot, and just go to class and then hang out with them. Maybe work a couple days a week. But because I was taking myself away all of summer doing the sales job, it was kind of oxymoronic because I wasn't...
Oxymoronic. I don't think
Oxymoronic.
Oxymoronic. Look that up and tell if it's...
I already told you English.
Comment in the comments wherever you're at. If you're on YouTube or SoundCloud, comment somehow and tell Connor if oxymoronic is a thing.
It just didn't make sense because I was trying to save up money so that I could hang out with my friends, but at the same time, I was just taking myself away for the whole summer and I wasn't able to see anybody. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. It's oxymoronic. So I decided to come back home and just find a job here and work for the summer while I was hanging out, able to see my girlfriend, able to spend time with my best bud, and able to see my family's son too before they moved on down to Florida.
Let me just say real fast that when you weren't here, I was so bored.
Yeah.
So bored. I just went to the beach with my parents every weekend, which is okay.
You did do that.
But I wanted to be here, but there was nothing to do here.
So you had no excuse.
Sucked.
Yeah.
It just sucked. But now I've been here almost every weekend since you've been here, just because I have something to do.
I didn't realize that until now.
We don't even do anything. We just hang out.
We just hang out. We play Mortal Kombat. We paint walls. We do a couple different things.
I'm very proud of that, by the way. I've gotten Connor into Mortal Kombat.
I know. I was never a Street Fighter type of dude, but now we're boxing all the time.
For 2 years, I couldn't convince him to pick up the controller. And now he's like almost starting to beat me. He beats me a few times.
Half the time.
But he's still not better than me.
I think I'm right there. I think we're about equal.
Okay, our next YouTube video is going to be us playing Mortal Kombat.
I'm not done.
Okay, it's good.
We the sound of us clicking back and forth and me screaming my lungs off. Anyways.
Fatality.
So, this pest control job was going great. I wasn't wanting to do it because I was missing out time with my friends, so I decided to come back home. And ever since I picked up a job working at a moving company, and ever since I've been sweating like crazy and moving furniture back and forth.
He takes naps
the life. Which I still hate. I hate taking naps. Oh my goodness!
I can't take naps.
I just have to.
I can't take naps, dude.
Naps are sneaky. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're bad.
If I'm up for more than an hour, if I wake up at 6 o'clock and I'm up for more than an hour. I just can't go back to sleep.
So doesn't matter. You're telling me you could be up for 45 minutes and then go back to sleep?
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
But if it's over an hour, I can't go back to sleep.
No.
It doesn't matter how tired I am. It doesn't matter how early or late in the day it is. I just cannot go to sleep. I just sit there with my eyes closed, not sleeping, thinking about how I wish I was sleeping.
Takes me about 10 minutes to be in that mode. But I don't know. I'm really good at sleeping.
Yeah, you are Olympic sport.
So, it's a skill of mine.
Skill of the champions.
Yeah.
So, how's the moving job going?
Moving job's great. It's honestly some days it's good, some days it's not good.
You're getting paid to drive places.
I'm getting paid to ride places. I'm not a driver. I know they really want me to be a driver, but
heck no.
I'm scared of big trucks. Honestly, I'm scared of driving big trucks.
Driving for 4 hours and getting hemorrhoids.
Oh my goodness, this is and they're not comfortable either. They're definitely not. But I don't know. Being a writer is just as hard because I want to be the guy who just stays awake and
talk the whole time. Make sure the driver.
Not really talk, just stays awake and being able to watch and make sure we'll give directions, play music, whatnot.
Yeah, it always sucks when you're driving with someone and they're just not awake.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got my nap in yet today. I just came straight home and played a couple rounds.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to go take a nap and then we can record the podcast. And
you were just...
Never mind, let's just do it.
You were at my house, so I felt rude if I was just going to come home and go to bed and you were here.
I mean, honestly, I was just going to wait till you woke up from your nap.
Yeah. Jump right to it.
I mean, I live here too.
Pretty much. Pretty much phone. So there's a lot of inside jokes that we have with our friends too, and I highly doubt that we're gonna explain all of them.
If you just hear us say random things like "pretty much phone," we really don't know what it means. We know the context, but we're probably not gonna tell you the context. We might later. but not right now.
Yeah, we might have some videos that come out of
pretty much fun.
We have some really amazing friends who like do stuff with audio and video clips and make like funny.
Irene.
Her name is Irene. Big shout out to Irene. So like the first 2 semesters, first 3 I think. I don't think she did one for the last semester.
Yeah, it was all of freshman year and half of sophomore year.
Yeah, she made videos like recapping just what we did in the semester.
Like
and it was just little clips of
Snapchats that we've sent, funny videos,
little videos.
A lot of Manny just running around.
A lot of Manny running around screaming. There was a couple different people running around in their underwear.
Yeah, that's true.
There's Matt. Yeah, Matt was funny. Oh my gosh.
I guarantee you. Well, I don't know if our friends are going to listen to this. I hope they would. But if you are a friend and we have mentioned your name and you don't want us to, I am sorry. But Matt, quit running around in your underwear, dude. The sparkly red underwear. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to tell your mom. I'm just kidding.
No, his mom already knows.
His mom already knows.
No, I don't know. Yeah, if you don't want us to say your name, we just tell us and we won't. But if you don't know us, you don't have to worry about that. So, if we say your name,
I think what we should do is we should ask him before publishing it, and then because we know now that.
Well, we're not talking bad about them. We're just mentioning.
No, I know, but like because of certain, and this is part of what I'm just going to be doing for this first episode. These first couple episodes is just like directly talking to Josef about what we should do about certain things.
Yeah, this is just like this is the pilot episode.
We're troubleshooting
going to be called
here.
Pilot.
It's definitely going to be called Pilot.
But
we also had some other names for it. We were just thinking, but it's got to be called Pilot. Tradition's tradition.
We're new to this, definitely. This is the first time we've ever done something like this. I tried to start a YouTube channel. I never made a video. Yeah, I mean, we've never been singers. I mean, your brothers are rappers. We've
never been singers, yeah.
Yeah, but this is the first time we've done anything that's like a social... is it social media? Or it's an entertainment type of deal.
Yeah.
So... we're new to this. If you got any tips, let us know. We're trying to do stuff. Like, we have an outro right now. You may or may not get to hear this outro because I don't know how to put it in, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're going to try to figure some things out here. We might have to call up Irene and see what she can do.
Well, I already asked her, and she says she doesn't know how to edit audio.
Well,
but Thomas does.
There you go, T-Dog. Yeah, he did his...
he did
his transcript.
Project.
Yeah, he did a podcast before.
So we might have an intro. If you're listening to this, you already know because you already did or did not hear the intro because you're not going to hear an intro 37 minutes in.
So you may or may not, and then we play the intro right there. It's so creative. I genuinely love this because it's just gonna be like a little thing that, like, regardless this blows up or not, like we're gonna save this and have this throughout the years. So like it could just end up being like a personal journal where we just tell stories about what happened, about how stupid our friends are, or like just like little memories and stuff like that.
Stupid.
Gabe and Tripp are stupid.
Oh yeah,
I'll say that.
Trip is not.
They
stupid.
have moments. Tripp is not.
Gabe is stupid.
Gabe is stupid. We love him to death.
Gabe, you're not stupid. You're difficult.
There you go. Now we got it. I don't think he's any of that. I think he's highly intellectual, but he chooses to be a butthole on purpose. Like, there's certain moments where he knows he can make things easy, but he doesn't.
The thing is Gabe loves to mess with Tripp. Gabe and Tripp have the same dynamic as me and Connor, but like on a different kind of level.
We're like inseparable, but
Gabe is in love with Tripp, but Tripp hates his guts.
Yeah.
He doesn't hate his guts. He's just annoying.
No, he does.
Well, yeah.
He does.
Gabe likes to make up fake facts.
No, I told him one time I had a dream. I told Tripp I had a dream that Tripp was about to be swooped up by a pterodactyl, and then Gabe pushed him out of the way, and the pterodactyl scooped up Gabe and took him away, and like that was it. That's all we saw of Gabe ever. That was like the last time anybody ever saw him. And I asked Tripp, I was like, would you be sad about that? And he was like, you know what? No, I would just be thankful for his bravery, but that was it. You know, wouldn't even feel too bad.
Yeah, I take it back. They don't have the same dynamic as us.
They do in the sense where like they hang out all the time and they're bros. I would consider them bros. Yeah. I know they wouldn't categorize themselves as that. But
like in our friend group, we there's iconic people. Me and Connor, Gabe and Tripp, Rebecca and Holly,
Rebecca,
Irene
Holly,
and
Julia.
Liz. No, I guess it's Liz and Manny. Yeah, Julia. It's just people who are iconically together. Like, if you see me, you'll probably see Connor.
Yeah, there's just subcategories.
Yeah, if you see Tripp, Gabe is probably not very far behind.
But we're all
and he's
so
probably
close.
trying to pull Tripp's pants off. It's just ridiculous. And the reason we have such a big friend group is because of the hall we stayed on. That lead thing, by the way, was a bunch of bullcrap. We didn't do anything for it. We were supposed to volunteer 3 times, and we never did because they never subbed it up. But it pulled us all so closely together that we are almost still friends with almost everyone on the hall. There's a few people who have transferred and moved away and never really talked to us, but
some of them are coming back.
At least 75% we're still friends with.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey Marco, why'd you leave? But thank you for coming back.
Missed you, bro.
Marco, you're probably not listening, but I wish you were. And if you are, I love you. But not really, I'm sorry.
Psych. Glad you're coming back, though. You're also living, like, right next door. He's moving into the quad with Manny.
Oh.
Yeah. Manny, Liz, and Marco, I think, are living together.
Manny, Liz... No, they're not.
I think, yeah.
Irene...
So. No,
Liz,
Irene got
Manny.
accepted to something on campus, so she's moving on campus.
Oh, yeah, because of her job.
Yep.
I forgot that.
Yep. Bamboozled.
I was offered something else.
This year? During the summer?
I think they tried to offer me another room. I was like, why would I want another one?
Was it your own or something? Like
Maybe.
the manager position?
No.
Oh, I got a raise the other day. I told you about that already,
Nice.
right?
No, you didn't.
Did I really not?
No.
Oh. Yeah, no.
For what?
It was so
Just
funny.
being an awesome dude?
No, actually, yes, because my manager was so funny about it. So, big shout out to Millie Vanilli.
Vanilli?
That's my general manager, Matt Miller. He's a great guy. He's so hardworking. He needs to take a break more often than he actually does. But he called me into the conference room and was like, hey, do you have like 5-10 minutes we can chat real quick? And I was like, yeah, okay. So I went over and talked to him, and he was like, so I want to say it's too good to be true, but like right now we're at this point where like I'm good with letting some people go because like we have enough staff and I don't have to put up with these people that I've had to put up with way too long. And like the way he set it up, I was like, oh crap, he's really about to let me go. Like out of nowhere.
You're getting fired.
Yeah, no, but he was like, he turned it around so spontaneously, and he was like, yeah, but I gotta sit up.
Can't be too close to the mic. I don't know if this is gonna sound bad or not. Hopefully we're not blowing your ears
We're
off.
gonna figure out the right range. We'll get it there.
Yeah.
But he sat me down. He was like, I feel comfortable where we could let some people go. And then he was like, but yeah, you've just been doing an amazing job for us, and we really appreciate what you're doing. We would like to see you keep doing it, and like maybe teach you some more stuff like paperwork, like how to fix things, use wood glue and whatnot, and then we'll like keep giving you raises, and that'll all be good and whatnot. And I was like, oh, word, that's cool. So it bumped me up, and that was awesome. And it was just funny because like the way he set it up, like I felt like he was about to fire me, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Maybe I was trying to gauge your reaction.
Yeah.
See if you tried to beat him up or something.
No, but it's so funny because Millie Vanilli never like makes eye contact at all whatsoever.
That's funny.
Whenever he's having like a serious conversation, I don't like it at all either. But
it makes me think like they're hiding something because that's like the tendencies of a liar is that their eyes dart to the left.
Yeah, no, that's actually not true.
It's not?
No. Like you can.
I was trying.
Sorry. It might be a tendency.
I was trying to be like Spencer Reed here from Criminal Minds. I was trying to throw out some intellectual stuff.
You're trying to be like Gabe.
I'm not trying to be like Gabe. I'm trying to be like Spencer Reed.
But that might be a tendency. You might be true with that. That might be a true fact. They might look to the left, but there's no correlation between lying and where you're looking.
I guess
that's been proven.
I know it's hard to look someone in the eyes if you're lying.
Yeah, but I mean like.
But
there's people who are skilled.
Who can do it.
I could do that. I could look at you and tell you that I didn't eat all your cookies last night.
You ate all my cookies?
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry.
I don't have any cookies. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Did you buy some for me and then eat them?
I did. You didn't even know about them.
Yeah, I could totally lie to you and say that.
I lied to you, though, because I didn't eat them.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Are they still there?
I didn't get any.
Oh, okay. So you lied about getting them.
I did.
Yeah, I knew that because your eyes darted to the left.
I didn't. I was actually looking directly in the middle of your eyes, like at your nose.
In the middle of my eyes?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have an eye in my
like
nose.
the middle, in between both eyes. No, but somebody recently told me that. They were like, if you can't decide which eye to look at, just look them directly in the nose. Like right in between your eyes. And that's just weird because when I started doing that to people, and they look completely different.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
What I do is I need to work on this, but I always pick the person's left eye. So if I'm looking at them, it's the one on the right.
What if I do
their
this?
left
What
eye?
if I close my left eye?
Then I have to look at your other eye.
Aha.
But I just usually look at their other eye because I'm right eye dominant. I didn't know that was a thing.
Right eye dominant.
You can be eye dominant. My eye doctor
what does that mean?
So that means you can take your finger and you point it at something. So I'm going to point it at the blind stick.
Yeah.
And you close your eyes, and whichever one is still pointing at it means that's the eye dominant. See, if I close my right eye, my finger's pointing at the floor.
And it's way off.
Yeah. So that's how you know what eye dominant you are.
Interesting. All right. I learned something new today.
Yeah. And like there's also a thing like straining that certain eye because you use it like a little bit more. So that one, over time, you lose the dominance in your in one eye and you gain it in the other because the other one is working too hard.
Hit him with the old switcheroo.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So every time I'm outside, I always close my left eye because my right eye is like a little bit stronger or something like that. So I've been trying to switch it up and use my left eye.
You could always just close both eyes.
That's a good idea.
And then just
or wear sunglasses like a normal person.
There you go. Inside and outside. So I wanted to ask you, how long do you think we should run these? I want to ask you and the podcast viewers, should they just be like 20-minute shorts or like...
Yeah, comment down below. Would you like to hear within a time frame of 30 minutes to an hour?
Should it be like 44:26 or something like that?
I don't know.
Just so we have enough time for the outro and intro.
We'll
leave a solid like 6 minutes for that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you guys get to hear a 6-minute outro of drums and piano made by a device. But I think under 30 minutes is not enough time. And I think over an hour,
especially
people want to hear something else.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, I think under 20 minutes or under 30 minutes is pretty short.
It
especially
doesn't give us enough time to elaborate.
It doesn't because like.
See, I'm fine with keep going because we still have things we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
We have a lot of topics for other podcasts, but I'm still good with talking. And we're at 47 minutes on our timer right now. So if we go over an hour and we're still having a good conversation, I'm fine with that unless it's not an hour and 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I think we should keep it shorter, though. I think we should genuinely try to keep it under an hour.
Yeah. I mean, I'm shooting for an hour.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like we've been talking out of our butts.
No. In my mind, well, I mean, we kind of are.
Well,
but like,
not really. I mean, we're talking
mostly our mouths.
I mean, yeah.
But, you know.
Okay. There's been a few farts released.
I do have to fart in a second. I haven't farted yet, though.
Oh, okay.
So we're good. We're in the clear. In my mind,
this is your bed. So
in my mind, for whatever, it's my safe space.
Safe space, yeah.
I was thinking 50 minutes for whatever reason. I think I've seen a lot of like YouTube videos stop at 50 minutes or something because of commercials or whatnot.
We don't have commercials. Well, we might. When you're listening to this, we may or may not have commercials by this point.
Probably will afterwards.
I wish we did already.
If it's on SoundCloud, I'm sure we got them afterwards. If it's on YouTube, I'm sure there's one like every 10, 15 minutes.
Well, for YouTube to get paid by the ads, you have to have a certain amount of subscribers and viewers.
I think views is 10,000.
It's 10,000 views. It's 10,000 subscribers and like 200,000 views in total, I think.
Nah, there's no way.
It's something like that to start AdSense. We'll look it up later.
AdSense, yeah.
AdSense is what's it called. But like,
I mean, that'd be cool.
I don't think we've said this yet, but we're not in it for the money. We're not trying to make money.
Yeah, we're really not. If it blows up, that'd be cool. But at the same time, like, we both live busy lives.
This is literally just a documentation of our lives that we would like to listen to when we're old. That's what I thought of when I wanted to do this. If it goes anywhere, that will be cool. But, I mean, if it doesn't, I mean, I still want to do this every once in a while.
If it don't, then it don't.
I mean, I'm shooting for once a week.
Man, you slam that keyboard.
Yeah. You heard me typing, my computer just went to sleep. I guess we could end it now, if you want. We're almost at 50 seconds.
I feel pretty good.
50 seconds, 50 minutes?
Hold up, time out. What's your favorite color?
Gray.
Okay, cool. Mine's teal. I'm a big UNCW fan.
I think teal looks the best on me.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one time where Josef painted a U on his chest because he wanted to get 3 other people to write NCW.
So I was trying to get Gabe, Tripp, and Conner. I was like, guys, let's take our shirts off and paint UNCW and be bros.
Because he was like, that's definitely how we get on the face of the website.
Yeah, I wanted to be on the website. And they were like, no.
Which I always do stuff like that. Like
I already had a U on my chest.
But yeah, he already wrote a U on his chest. He was like full send, and for whatever reason, I was like, no, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to do it.
And so in like smaller writing, I just put
NCW
on the bottom,
right underneath it.
And I look cool, and I don't have any friends next to me. So
full support though.
We'll do it later. We can write. You can put SMH or SHO. How do you spell schmoop? I don't even remember.
SHOOP.
SHM.
SHM.
And then I can have oop.
Oop. Shm. Oop.
Or we put it around and it'd be poomsh.
Oop. Shm.
Oh yeah. Oop shm.
We could just spell it backwards. Poosh. Boo. Poomish.
Boot, scoot, and buggy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll round it out around there. I just wanted to give a couple more little insights on who we were. So we got our favorite colors down there.
I mean, I don't think they needed to know our favorite colors.
I just want to break it down on the personal level right there.
Break it down now.
In case we go back and listen to this in a couple years and we're like, whoa, I don't remember.
In case anyone ever comes up to us.
Like, if we have Alzheimer's, this would be really helpful.
I don't think so. I think we'd be like, who's talking right now?
No, because we'd recognize our voice. We'd be like, whoa, that's me.
Well, people with Alzheimer's, my great-grandma had Alzheimer's, and she didn't know who she was.
Oh, that's true. But she recognized her voice.
No, she didn't. She didn't know who she was. She didn't know where she was. She didn't know anyone around her. You would call her by her name, and she would say, "Who's that?"
Oh, wow. But, like,
she
your
could
voice.
But
you could hear your voice and then recognize, hey, that's my voice, not even knowing who you are.
I guess.
But if this explains who you are, you'd be like, oh,
that's just such a tricky thing that we can't
even
start to talk about it because we have no idea.
I don't want to act like I know. I mean, I know that you forget like a lot of stuff, if not everything.
The most I know is
I know there's
I've
different
had
degrees.
2 family members with it. That's all I know. Like, I know the basics. You forget stuff, you forget your family. That sucks. This just took a turn to like dark side.
No, I was just saying this would be really helpful.
Yeah, this will be helpful when we're old and when we forget stuff. That's what we should have said.
That's what I said, and then you were like, oh.
Well, no, I didn't say that. You said Alzheimer's.
Okay, bro. All right, bro. Alrighty. Any last things?
Any last...
Favorite animal. Are you a cat person or a dog person?
Well, I have to say dog because I'm allergic to cats.
Well, no, you can say cats. You like my cats, don't you?
I like your cats, but I would still rather have dogs.
All right.
I want both. I want an outside cat and I want a dog.
You don't get both. You either choose one.
I think
chose
I
dog.
can have both if I get them at the same time. And
I don't know what I would choose. I'm not even going to make a decision.
Well, you already have cats.
But that doesn't mean they're my favorite. They're definitely not my favorite because they freaking pee and poop everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, dogs do the same thing, but they're better about it.
They definitely
are. By the way,
no, actually, I think cats are better.
There's a turd in the bathroom, by the way.
Every time.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it just smells like poop in here.
Not in here, in the bathroom.
No, it just smells like a litter box when you walk in the door.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The cats are leaving with your parents, right? No?
They're already in Florida. They moved to Florida yesterday.
Yeah, are the cats going to Florida?
No.
They're staying here forever?
That's weird, yes. They're mine.
Oh, gosh.
I know. It sucks, but it's also awesome.
Well, I love cats, but...
You're allergic.
I'm allergic. Well,
I didn't actually know that.
It's not that I'm allergic to where, I walk in the door and my eyes are red, puffy, and I'm sneezing. if I'm here for a few days, I will get sick.
Yeah, that's how it is for a lot of people who are allergic to it. It's just like if it's in the atmosphere and if you're breathing it in constantly.
Yeah, I stayed here like 2 weekends ago for 3 days. I don't think I left within 3 days, and then I was sick for a week.
Yeah,
just congestion. Dying. But I mean, maybe it was just a combination of a few things.
Yeah,
but I mean, yeah, I like cats.
All right,
I think you should like not put another litter box up here though, or like put them somewhere.
No, I was gonna put the one in the dining room and the bathroom down there. But anyways,
in the bathroom.
Anywho,
maybe
I think we should leave a couple minutes off of this for the intro and outro.
All right. Well,
like at least
that's all we got to say, guys. Have fun listening to the outro.
Yeah, we'll try to incorporate some life lessons and whatnot, just some helpful advice, like we mentioned in this video. The living communities.
We keep trying to end this and you keep talking.
I know. All right, I'm sorry. Until next time.
Enjoy the outro in 3, 2, 1.